Today, we're decoding the CoinEx exchange. We're going to strip away the marketing fluff, look right past the basic features, and dig directly into the operational realities you absolutely need to know before you ever even think about clicking deposit.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our structured roadmap for mastering this exchange without, losing your funds. We'll start with a welcome to CoinEx, lock down safety and security first, cover access and verification, map out funding your account, uncover the true cost, and wrap it all up with the pros, cons, and our final verdict. All right, Section 1, welcome to CoinEx. Before we even touch on trading or buying, we've really got to establish the fundamental reality of what a centralized platform actually is and how it works. So let's just immediately tackle the biggest anxiety out there right out of the gate. Is CoinEx safe? It is the absolute elephant in the room, but as we'll see, the answer really isn't a simple yes or no. Security in crypto. Well, it's a spectrum, and honestly, it largely depends on exactly how you use the tools they give you.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the absolutely critical difference between exchange custody and self-custody. See, when you use a CoinEx exchange wallet, the platform itself is managing those assets for you. Sure, that makes trading incredibly fast and super easy, but you don't hold the private keys, so you face exchange risk. Contrast that with a personal wallet. That's where you control the private keys. That is true self-custody. Now, neither one is automatically right for every single situation, but you absolutely have to understand this difference before you go parking a massive amount of crypto on any exchange.
Moving right along to Section 2, safety and security first. We're talking pure defense strategy here. You really need to treat platform security like a mandatory protocol for protecting your capital, not just some afterthought.
Let's run through a rapid-fire security checklist. CoinEx actually offers a really robust suite of tools for this. We're talking two-factor authentication, passkeys, anti-phishing codes, the whole shebang. But hey, just having the tools isn't the same as actually using them, right? You have to activate them correctly to mitigate your risk. The smartest approach? Keep only your active trading funds on the exchange. It's kind of like your wallet when you go to an amusement park. You bring enough for snacks and the games, but you definitely leave your life savings at home. Turn on that anti-phishing code, always test your withdrawals with a tiny amount first, and definitely move those long-term holdings to a personal wallet.
Now, you'll probably see platforms loudly advertising their proof of reserves, and CoinEx publishes this too. Look, it's a genuinely great transparency signal for on-chain assets, but please remember this absolute rule. Proof of reserves does not equal guaranteed risk-free. It simply doesn't magically erase operational hazards, account access issues, sudden regulatory changes, or withdrawal delays. It literally just proves the assets are there, not that every conceivable risk has vanished into thin air. And listen to this carefully, because it's absolutely crucial. A real support representative should never, ever ask for your password, your recovery phrase, your private key, your 2FA backup code, or some random payment to unlock your account. Fake support accounts, elaborate phishing pages, and completely cloned login sites are incredibly common out there. If someone claims to be CoinEx support and demands literally any of these things, they are scamming you. No exceptions. Just bookmark the official domain and never ever search for it through random internet ads. All right, on to Section 3, access and verification. Because before you execute a single order, we have to look at the logistics of who is actually permitted to operate on this exchange. So, who can actually use it? It's a really vital question. Just being able to load a website doesn't mean you're legally or operationally allowed to use all of its features. Because of differing global regulations, strict sanctions, and banking access rules, availability drastically varies depending on your jurisdiction. You have to confirm if CoinEx actually serves your specific country, and more specifically, if features like fiat purchases or P2P trading are even allowed where you live.
And that brings us right to KYC, or Know Your Customer Verification. Look, you might be able to get basic access with limited verification. Maybe you can do some basic crypto-to-crypto trading. But submitting to full KYC, that's what unlocks the heavy-hitting features. It's generally required if you want to use fiat purchase providers, access that P2P marketplace, or get those higher withdrawal limits. So it's not just about proving your identity, it's really about what features actually get unlocked on your account.
Let's shift gears to Section 4, funding your account. We're moving into the most critical operational phase of this explainer, moving actual money onto the platform.
There are three distinctly different methods to acquire crypto here. First up, third-party providers. This means buying with fiat via cards or your bank. But remember, the third-party provider sets the fees and exchange rates here, not just CoinEx. Second is CoinEx P2P. This is a user-to-user marketplace structure. It's awesome if local payment methods are available, but you gotta be careful. Never release your crypto based on a screenshot. Always check your actual bank account first. And finally, spot trading, which is simply exchanging the crypto you've already deposited. Keep in mind, P2P is a totally different beast from a card purchase, and both are entirely different from spot trading.
So the crucial point is this reality check right here. Depositing and withdrawing crypto is one of the areas where users make the absolute most expensive mistakes. Seriously, centralized exchanges are incredibly unforgiving when it comes to network transfers. I mean, there is no undo button on the blockchain, and you definitely can't just call up the CEO of crypto and ask for a refund, right?
To avoid those nightmare scenarios, you absolutely must follow these 4 unskippable steps. 1. Confirm the coin is actually supported. 2. Match the exact network. 3. Verify the exact address. And 4. Include a memo or tag if it's required. If you try to send something like USDT using one network to an address that only supports a completely different network, you are looking at major delays, hefty recovery fees, or frankly, the permanent loss of your funds. You gotta double-check these steps every single time. No skipping.
Okay, let's roll into Section 5, the true cost. It is time to uncover the actual financial reality of the platform by looking straight past all the flashy marketing.
It's time to shatter the illusion of the whole zero-fee promotion. The reality is, costs accumulate in a pretty complex web. Sure, you might have zero direct platform fees on a P2P trade, but the seller's price might be heavily marked up above market value. Or, a payment provider might offer a super convenient credit card purchase but bake a massive spread into the final quote. From withdrawal fees to futures funding payments and underlying network fees, always check the final amount you are actually going to receive before you hit that confirm button.
And just a quick warning here, beware the bonus distraction. Trial funds and deposit campaigns are nice, sure, who doesn't love free perks? But they so often come with strict expiry dates, crazy trading volume requirements, or rules stating that only the profits can be withdrawn. A bonus is just a perk. It should never ever distract you from core factors like platform security, whether they actually support your local jurisdiction, and your ability to effortlessly withdraw your own money.
Finally, Section 6, Pros, Cons, and Verdict. Let's move to and see how this builds into our final phase. It's time to weigh the platform objectively, based on everything we've decoded today.
All right, here is our balanced verdict on CoinEx. On the pros side, it's really feature-rich. You've got spot, futures, and P2P options. They provide strong security controls like passkeys and withdrawal protection, and they do actively publish their proof of reserves. But on the con side, it's not universally available. Your specific country really matters here. Fiat purchases rely on potentially pricey third-party providers. Crucially, the funds are not in your own self-custody while they're on the exchange, and as we just learned, any network transfer mistakes can be permanently irreversible.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative question to close out our explainer. Are you ready to take control, or are the risks of centralized exchanges just too high for your setup? Look, CoinEx is a highly powerful tool for those who understand exactly how centralized platforms work, who verify their jurisdiction, and who meticulously check their networks before transferring assets. But no platform offers absolutely zero risk. So evaluate your personal risk tolerance, run your own security checks, and please, make an informed decision before you make that first deposit. Thank you so much for joining me for this briefing, and keep learning.